My favorite racetrack is definitely Val Gardena. Why it is just it's got a lot of jumps. It's got a lot of nice smooth jumps, and it's just one of those downhills that when you go to it, you always end up with a smile at the bottom of the hill. It's just a great place to be, great venue. I mean, every case is different. I know that when I am trying to work on drills or work on a certain scenario, that I really don't like to dwell on that. If you start doing a drill too many times, you'll definitely start to exaggerate that and stray away from something that you were doing well. So I do like to keep a happy medium of doing a drill but not over exaggerating it or anything, and to keep 5 to 10 other drills in my back pocket that hopefully will keep me on track to where I want to go. Opportunity to grow up in Whistler, so versatility is something huge that we had in Whistler. I mean, you couldn't train in gates every day at all, and we only had the run for a certain amount of time, and so we did a lot of free skiing, and I think that really helped me with my touch on the snow and everything, and it kept a lot of us in the program, I think, too. If you're spending the whole day in gates and it's fun, but it's not exactly what your friends are doing and everything. It's not that great, and you're going to talk your parents eventually out of spending all that money for you to do it. And I think, if you're out on the mountain and you get to hang out with your friends and you go free skiing and you do some gate training on the side and everything, it's going to help you stay in the program. It's going to help you want to hang out with your friends and really make it feel like what you're doing is the cool thing to be doing. Definitely once we've gotten to World Cup level, it's not as much about feedback as the coaches really just help you enable you to do your job. But that being said, sometimes you go up the hill and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, and a coach will come to you and just say, you're dropping your hands, or you're bending at the waist or whatever, and it's just a great reminder to say, oh, you're right, I am. But any level lower, I think, feedback is good. I mean, obviously, as a coach, you know the athlete and you know how much feedback they need and what they need to work on. But, in a day's time, if there's 1 to 2 things to work on, and by the end of the day you can kind of confirm the fact that you've got those right, I think, that any feedback from the coaches is a good thing. If you're on the same wavelength of I want to be better, or I would like to get better at GS, or you can help me achieve my goals, and the coach knows that if you achieve your goals, they'll get the self-satisfaction, then you can move together. But I think it's more just knowing where the athlete or the racer wants to end up at the end of the journey, let's say. It'd be unfair to say that I have a most memorable coach. I think what made me a strong skier was the fact that I didn't have a bad coach from start to finish. Every step of the way, I had coaches that cared, and I had coaches that took the extra step, and that's what separated the teams that I was on to other teams. I think was really just the passion that we had to say some passionate teams that are teams that didn't have as much passion as us. Coming from doing our Cowboys camp and seeing where the kids are and what they learn and everything, I think that there's a lot taken away from line and where the kids should actually be skiing down the course, and we work on technique a lot, where a lot of the times if you're on the right track in the course and you're on an early line, a lot of those bad habits and bad ski techniques that you get will actually disappear or dissipate. And I think if if you can focus a little bit more on that than the actual skiing, I think you might see strides in your athletes.